Okay, seriously, how many business cards do you have just like crammed in a drawer somewhere?
Oh, probably too many to count.
Right. You get them at every conference, meeting, networking event.
And they all start to look the same after a while.
Exactly. So, what if there was a better way to make a first impression? One that actually stands out and gets you remembered.
Well, that's what we're diving into today, the world of video business cards.
Not just as a replacement for traditional cards, though.
Right, more like an evolution of the concept for the digital age.
And think about it. Our brains process visuals something like 60,000 times faster than text.
It's true. Visuals just grab our attention in a way that words often can't.
So imagine harnessing that power, having your intro really sit with someone long after you've met.
That's the idea behind video business cards, making that connection more impactful, more memorable.
And we've got a bunch of sources here that suggest it's not just theory. People are getting real results from this.
Absolutely. From architects to personal trainers, IT consultants,
Mhm.
there are some great case studies in here.
People seeing a real jump in inquiries, bookings, all from a simple video. So I gotta ask, how did we even get to the point where this makes sense? Like, what's the history of the business card itself?
Oh, it's actually way more interesting than you might think.
Really? I kind of
Yeah.
figured it was just names and titles getting fancier over time.
Oh no, it goes way back, like 1800s back to calling cards.
Calling cards, like what those little cards they'd leave at someone's house?
Exactly, they were all about social status back then.
Showing you were part of the in crowd.
Right. But here's the thing. A lot of them had handwritten notes, little personal touches.
So even then, people wanted to go beyond just the basic info.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
shows that human connection, that desire to stand out, it's been there from the beginning.
Interesting. So when did things shift more towards actual business?
Early 1900s.
Yeah.
Industry's booming, cards become more practical, focused on what you do.
But still mostly text-based, right?
Pretty much. Limited in how much personality you could really convey.
And I bet as competition heated up, people wanted to find ways to differentiate themselves.
You nailed it. Mid-century, we see standardization happening, but also this surge in creative designs.
Because a plain white card with black text just doesn't cut it anymore.
Right. Businesses realized they needed to stand out in a crowded marketplace.
Which makes total sense. Like today, if you hand someone a card that's just basic info, it almost feels lazy.
Like you didn't put any effort in.
Exactly. So, okay, we're getting closer to the digital age now. When does that start to creep into the business card world?
Late 1900s,
Yeah.
you start seeing email addresses, websites. That tension between physical and online is building.
And then the 2000s hit us with all those tech solutions.
QR codes, LinkedIn, NFC, all trying to bridge that gap.
But did any of that really capture the person behind the card? I mean, I've scanned QR codes that just lead to a generic website.
That's the key point, isn't it?
Mhm.
Technology alone isn't enough. It's got to be about that deeper connection.
And that's where video comes in.
Exactly. Video lets you show your personality, your passion, what makes you you.
And it's clearly working. One of our sources mentioned an architect who saw his inquiries skyrocket after using a video card.
John, yeah. He started showing his design process, not just telling people about it.
See, that's what I'm talking about, real results. It's not just about being flashy, it's about making a genuine connection that leads to something.
And we've got plenty more examples like that.
Like Lisa, the personal trainer.
Yeah. Her video captured her energy perfectly,
Well,
led to way more bookings.
so, okay, I'm sold on the idea. But for someone listening who's thinking, all right, how do I do this? Where do we even begin?
It's actually easier than you might think.
Really? Do I need a fancy camera crew? A Hollywood budget?
Not at all. One of the most surprising things I learned is that you can create a really effective video using just your smartphone.
Wait, seriously, just my phone?
Yep. It's all about focusing on the core elements first.
So, no need to rent out a studio. My shaky handheld footage will do the trick.
Well, let's refine that a bit. Stability is key.
Meaning?
Invest in a basic tripod. Even those tiny ones made for phones work wonders.
Okay, so no shaky cam. What else?
Think of it like this. You wouldn't show up to a meeting with your shirt half tucked in, right?
Definitely not. Presentation matters.
Exactly. Your video is an extension of your professional image.
So good visuals are important, but that's only part of it, right?
You're right, audio is just as crucial.
Because I've definitely seen those videos that go viral for all the wrong reasons. Usually because the sound is terrible.
It can totally ruin even the most brilliant content.
So how do we avoid that? Do I need to buy a professional boom mic?
Not necessarily. Even using headphones with a built-in mic is a step up from your phone's default.
Oh, that's good to know. And if I want to level up.
Then a lapel mic is a great option. They're surprisingly affordable.
All right, so we've got our shot. It looks good, sounds good. Now what? How do we turn this raw footage into a business card masterpiece?
That's where the magic of editing comes in. And the good news is you don't need to be a Spielberg to make this work.
Is that right? Because my editing skills are, shall we say, a work in progress.
You and me both.
Yeah.
But honestly, there are fantastic free tools out there. iMovie, Shotcut.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
They think
Pretty user-friendly, right?
totally. They can do wonders for adding that professional polish. And when you're ready to level up,
Let me guess. Adobe Premiere Pro. Final Cut Pro.
you know it.
Mm.
Industry standard for a reason. Tons of features to make your video really sing.
Okay, noted for when I become a video editing pro. So let's say I've got my mini masterpiece all edited and ready to share. Where do we host this thing?
YouTube,
YouTube's the way to go. Reliable, easy to share, and most importantly, it gives you visibility.
because everyone's on YouTube these days.
Right. But there's a little tip in Chapter 6 that I think is worth highlighting.
Oh, let's hear it.
Optimizing your video for search engines.
Wait, SEO for my business card? Never even crossed my mind. It's a game changer, though. Think about it. Someone searches for, say, architect in your city.
And boom, my video pops up because I use the right keywords.
Exactly. Suddenly, your card isn't just being seen by those you hand it to. It's reaching a whole new audience online.
Okay, that's pretty slick. So video is up, people are finding it. How do we make this thing even more useful? Streamline the whole process.
For Chapter 3 had a brilliant suggestion, Calendly integration.
Calendly, like the scheduling tool.
The one and only. So picture this. Someone watches your video,
Oh.
loves what they see, and bam, right there below the video is a button to book a meeting with you.
No more back and forth emails trying to find a time to connect.
It's a time saver for both of you.
Talk about convenience. But I'm sensing there's an even more integrated solution out there.
You're reading my mind. expanderHUB.
Okay, what's that?
Think of it like the ultimate video business card platform. You can add contact details, website links, social media profiles.
So it's more than just the video itself, it's like a whole digital hub.
Exactly. You can even embed a separate company presentation video right there alongside your intro.
This is getting impressive. But even with all these bells and whistles, the heart of it is still the video itself, right?
Absolutely.
And honestly, that's where I start to feel a little intimidated. How do we make sure the video is actually engaging? I'm no Scorsese.
That's where the magic of NLP comes in.
NLP, as in neuro-linguistic programming.
The one and only. Chapter 4 was a gold mine of insights on this.
Okay, I'll admit, that sounds a little intimidating. Like, am I going to be trying to hypnotize people through my video?
Nothing like that. Think of NLP as more of a toolbox, filled with techniques to communicate more effectively, to make your message really resonate.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but I need specifics. Give me an example of how this NLP stuff can make my video stand out.
Remember those compelling opening lines we talked about, those hooks?
Yeah, grab them by the eyeballs from the first second.
Exactly. Well, NLP calls that framing. Instead of just saying, "Hi, I'm your name," try posing a question that speaks directly to the viewer's needs. Okay, like what?
Something like, are you tired of business cards that blend in and get lost in the shuffle?
Oh, I like that. It's relatable because, seriously, who hasn't had that experience?
Exactly. You're instantly connecting with them on a shared pain point.
So that's framing. What else is in this NLP toolbox?
Empathy is another powerful tool. Using language that makes the viewer feel seen, understood.
So acknowledging their challenges or aspirations.
Right. Chapter 4 had a great example for a small business owner. Imagine the video starts with, I understand the struggles of trying to stand out in a crowded market.
You instantly feel like this person gets it.
They're on your side.
So empathy is great for building rapport, but how do we then subtly nudge them towards actually wanting to work with us?
That's where techniques like presupposition and anchoring come in. Subtly weaving language into your script that makes your value seem like the obvious choice.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Subtle persuasion. I like it. Give me an example. Instead of saying, my services could help you, try something like, when you work with me, you'll experience. And then fill in that positive outcome.
Ooh, I see what you did there. You're not just offering a possibility, you're already assuming they're going to work with you.
And that their life will be better for it.
Clever. But it's not enough to just get them interested. We need them to take action, right?
Absolutely. That's where a strong call to action comes in. And NLP has a trick for that too.
Léame.
Combine a clear, direct command with what's called future pacing.
Future pacing. Hold on, are we getting all back to the future on them?
Not quite. It's about painting a picture of how awesome their life will be after they take action.
Oh, I see. So instead of just saying, visit my website, it's more like,
Imagine having a business card that actually gets you results. Click the link below to make it a reality.
you're not just asking, you're making them feel the benefits of reaching out.
Exactly.
Okay, NLP is officially my new best friend. Chapter 4 actually provided a sample script, right? Let's hear it break it down for us with this NLP lens we've got on now.
All right, so it starts strong. In a world where first impressions matter, how do you ensure you stand out?
Okay, I'm hooked already. It's true, first impressions are everything. What's next?
It builds on that hook. What if you could make a lasting impact the moment you meet someone?
Okay, now I'm intrigued. There's a solution to my problem out there.
And then it smoothly introduces you.
Huh.
Hi, I'm your name, and I understand the challenges that come with making an unforgettable connection.
Using you right away, drawing them in. Clever. But how do we actually talk about what we do?
Here's how the script does it. Whether you're a small business owner or a corporate professional, your personal brand and first impressions are everything.
It's setting the stage, making it clear that this matters to everyone.
Right. And then it leads into, that's why I've developed a video business card tool that brings your introduction to life.
Okay, I see what they did there. Subtly implying that if you're not using video, you're missing out.
Presupposition in action.
Nice. And then, of course, we need that killer call to action.
The script ends with, click below to get started today. Your business deserves more than just a business card. It deserves to be remembered.
It's direct, it's inspiring, and it paints a picture of success. I'm sold. So we've got our script, our videos shot and edited, we're feeling good. But now what? Where do we actually QT this thing so the right people see it?
That's where distribution comes in. And chapters 6 and 7 are jam-packed with strategies, turning your video card into a networking powerhouse.
Okay, hit me with the highlights. Where should we be focusing our effort?
Email's a big one.
Really, just attaching the video to every email I send?
Think of it more strategically. Every email you send is a networking opportunity.
So my email signature becomes prime real estate.
Exactly. But don't stop there. Personalized outreach is key. You meet someone new, follow up with a message that includes your video card.
It's that extra touch that makes you memorable. All right, email's a given. But what about social media? Can't ignore that these days.
Absolutely. And each platform has its own strengths. LinkedIn is your go-to for professional networking.
Makes sense. Everyone's on LinkedIn. But how do we use our video there?
Chapter 6 had a fantastic tip, using your video as your profile video.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Way more eye-catching than just a static headshot.
It's a great way to instantly showcase your personality.
So it's not just about having the video somewhere, it's about using it strategically.
Exactly. Embedded in posts, share snippets in your stories, make it easy for people to get a taste of who you are.
Okay, what about Twitter? That seems like a whole different beast.
Twitter is all about short and sweet. Pin a tweet with your video link at the top of your profile. Use relevant hashtags.
Make every character count.
Exactly. And then you've got Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all those visual platforms where video can shine.
Create eye-catching reels, use snippets and stories. It's like video's the native language there.
You got it. So we've covered all our digital bases. But what about those times when you're actually meeting people in person?
Because a good old-fashioned handshake never goes out of style.
I agree. And that's where QR codes become your best friend.
Bridging that gap between the physical and digital world.
Chapter 7 really emphasized that. The QR code becomes a portal to a richer experience.
So it's not about ditching the physical card altogether.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It's about using the physical card to drive people to the digital experience.
Put the QR code on everything. Business cards, brochures.
Even your phone's lock screen.
But
So it's ready to go the second you pull it out.
Wait, on your lock screen? That's brilliant. Instant access to your digital persona.
And, people are curious. They're going to want to scan it and see what it's all about.
Okay, I'm sold on the QR code strategy. But here's a question that's been bugging me. How do we know if people are actually watching our video?
The age-old question of metrics.
Right. I could be handing out QR codes like candy, but if no one's scanning them, what's the point?
That's where tracking comes in. Chapter 7 had some great insights on this. It's not enough to just put your video out there. You need to understand how people are interacting with it.
So it's like data-driven business card strategy.
You got it.
Yeah.
If you're hosting on YouTube, their analytics dashboard is a goldmine. You can see how many views you're getting, how long people are watching, even where they're coming from.
So you can see if people are dropping off at a certain point and maybe tweak that section.
Exactly. It's all about continuous improvement. And if you're using a platform like expanderHUB, you can track even more. How many times people are clicking your Calendly link, what parts of your digital hub they're engaging with.
Wow, this is getting seriously sophisticated. It's like business card science. But even with the best tech and strategy, I'm guessing there are still some common pitfalls. What are the big blunders we should be aware of?
Chapter 9 was all about those video business card sins. And yeah, there are definitely some things to avoid if you want to make a good impression.
Hit us with the top offenders. What mistakes are people making that are sending their video business cards straight to the digital trash can?
Number 1, never underestimate the importance of quality.
Meaning?
Poor lighting, shaky footage, terrible audio, all those things can make you look unprofessional, like instantly.
It's like showing up to a meeting in sweatpants.
Exactly. First impressions matter, whether they're in person or online. So invest in decent lighting, use a tripod, consider a lapel mic.
It's about putting your best foot forward, digitally speaking.
Right. Another big mistake is overloading the video with too much information.
People's attention spans are short, especially online.
Keep it concise, focus on your key message, and use text sparingly.
Less is more. Don't try to cram your whole life story into 60 seconds.
And this one's crucial. Don't forget your call to action.
What do you want people to do after watching?
Make it clear and easy to follow. Visit my website, book a call, connect on LinkedIn, something specific and actionable.
Got it. And make sure those links or buttons are mobile friendly.
Huge point. So many people are viewing content on their phones these days.
Mobile first is essential.
And last but not least, don't forget about personalization.
Meaning?
Don't just churn out a generic video that could be for anyone. Let your personality shine through. Share your story. Tailor your message to different audiences.
Make it human, make it you.
Authenticity is key.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here, from the history of business cards to the nitty-gritty of creating a killer video. But before we move on, I'm curious, what gets you most excited about the possibilities of video business cards?
For me, it's the potential to humanize professional connections. In a world that's increasingly digital, it's so easy to get lost in a sea of emails and LinkedIn profiles.
It can feel impersonal.
Exactly. Video lets us bring back that face-to-face element, even if it's just through a screen.
Showcase our personality, build a more authentic connection.
And as technology keeps evolving, the possibilities are pretty much limitless.
Okay, now you've got me excited about the future of all this, but let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. We've still got to shoot and edit this video, so in part 3, we're going to dive into some practical tips for making our videos look and sound amazing. Stick with us. All right, welcome back to our video business card deep dive.
We're ready to get hands-on, right?
Let's do it. We promised some practical tips for shooting and editing, even if we're not Hollywood directors.
No fancy film school required.
So, first things first, what are the non-negotiables for making our video look good, even if we're filming on our phones?
Lighting's got to be at the top of the list.
Lighting. Okay, I'm listening.
It sets the stage, literally. Natural light is always best if you can get it.
Film by a window, let the sun do its thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But let's be real, not everyone has that option.
So what do we do if we're stuck filming in a dimly lit dungeon?
That's where artificial lighting comes in. Even a simple ring light can make a huge difference.
Oh yeah, those ring lights are everywhere these days.
They're pretty much an influencer's best friend.
And they're not too expensive either.
Nope. Consider it an investment, not just for your video business card, but for any video content you create in the future.
Okay, lighting, check. What else?
Stability. We gotta talk about stability.
Meaning?
Shaky footage is a dead giveaway that you're an amateur.
No one wants to watch a video that feels like an earthquake is happening.
Right. So invest in a tripod, even a little portable one for your phone. Makes all the difference.
So, no shaky cam. Got it. But what if you're in a pinch and don't have a tripod handy?
Get creative. Find a stable surface to rest your phone on, a stack of books, a shelf. I've even used a sturdy coffee mug before.
Resourcefulness. I like it. All right, lighting and stability, check and check. Now let's talk sound.
Ah, sound. So often overlooked, but so crucial.
Yeah, bad audio can totally ruin a good video. We've all seen those cringe-worthy viral videos.
It's painful.
So how do we make sure our audio is top-notch? Do I need to invest in some fancy studio equipment?
You don't have to go crazy. A lot of smartphones have decent built-in mics, but you can significantly up your audio game with an external mic.
Like what? I'm picturing myself having to build a sound booth in my closet.
Nothing that drastic. A simple clip-on lavalier mic is perfect for this type of video. They're small, affordable, and plug right into your phone.
Oh, that's not bad at all. What if I don't want to buy anything new?
Even using headphones with a built-in mic is a step up from your phone's default. It'll make a noticeable difference.
Okay, so we've got our tech setup sorted. Lighting, stability, audio. Now let's talk content. What makes a video intro actually engaging?
Chapter 6 was full of great tips for this. Remember, you've got a limited amount of time to capture someone's attention, especially online.
So get to the point quickly.
Exactly. Start with a hook, something that grabs the viewer from the first few seconds.
It's like a thought-provoking question.
That's a good one. Or a bold statement, a personal anecdote, something that makes them want to keep watching.
Okay, give us some examples. Help us hook our audience.
Let's say you're a graphic designer. You could open with, "Tired of designs that blend into the background. I create visuals that demand attention."
Ooh, I like that. Straight to the point, and it highlights your value proposition.
Exactly. Or, if you're a consultant, you could try, "What if you could unlock the hidden potential in your business? I can help you get there."
Speaking directly to their needs, very nice. So we've got their attention. Now what?
Introduce yourself clearly and concisely. Your name, what you do, and maybe a little about your unique skills or experience.
Keep it short and sweet. No need to recite your entire resume.
Right. Think elevator pitch. For example, "Hi, I'm Sarah Jones, a web designer specializing in creating beautiful and user-friendly websites for small businesses."
Perfect. Short, informative, and memorable. What else should we keep in mind when it comes to the content?
Visuals. Don't forget, this is a visual medium.
Meaning?
Don't just stand there talking to the camera. Incorporate visuals that help tell your story and make your video more dynamic.
Oh, I like that. But I'm not exactly a video editing whiz.
You don't need to be. There are tons of simple editing tools out there. Most phones have built-in editing apps, or you can download free ones like iMovie or InShot.
Those are pretty user-friendly, right?
Super easy to use. You can add text overlays to highlight key information, use transitions between shots, incorporate images or videos of your work.
So it's about adding visual interest without getting too fancy.
Exactly. Enhance your message, don't distract from it.
Okay, what about music? Should we add a soundtrack to our video business card?
Music can definitely add a nice touch, but choose wisely. Stick to royalty-free music to avoid any copyright issues.
Good point. Where can we find royalty-free music?
There are tons of websites that offer free or affordable royalty-free music. Just do a quick Google search and you'll find plenty of options.
Okay, so we've got our music sorted. Anything else we need to keep in mind before we hit publish?
One last thing. Watch your video back with a critical eye. Ask yourself, is it engaging? Is the audio clear? Does it represent me and my brand well?
Like a final quality check before you send it out into the world?
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for feedback from friends or colleagues. A fresh perspective can be really helpful.
Well, I think we've officially equipped our listeners to create an amazing video business card.
They've got the knowledge, the tools, and hopefully the inspiration.
And it's been an incredible journey exploring this topic with you. I feel like I've learned so much about the evolution of business cards and the power of video in today's world.
Me too.
Wow.
And it really highlights how even something as simple as a business card can be a powerful tool for connection and building relationships.
It's not just about handing someone a piece of paper anymore. It's about creating a lasting impression.
And making a real human connection, which, at the end of the day, is what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, we encourage you to get out there, get creative, and make your mark with a video business card that truly represents you. And don't forget to share your creations with us. We'd love to see what you come up with. You can find all the ways to connect with the show in the episode description.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. Until next time.